bold statement from the Washington Post editorial board has sparked a heated debate among Senate Democrats. The editorial, published on a Wednesday, accused Democrats of holding the government hostage for a month with the aim of extending Obamacare subsidies. But here's where it gets controversial. The Post urged Democrats to put an end to the shutdown and vote for a clean funding bill, which would allow the government to reopen and get essential services back on track. The editorial board made a compelling argument, stating that the right course of action is to prioritize the reopening of the government. They emphasized the need to ensure food stamps continue to flow and federal workers return to their offices. However, the Democrats openly admitted that they refused to take this step, as it would mean giving up their leverage in negotiations. The Post warned that if this persists, it could lead to families facing hunger. As the shutdown enters its fifth week, the impact is becoming more apparent. The U.S. Department of Agriculture, USDA, issued a warning over the weekend, stating that funding for food stamps, officially known as the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP, would run out by November 1st. Despite having an emergency fund of $5 billion, the USDA clarified that this money was not legally available for use. The Post editorial highlighted that the prolonged shutdown has had minimal impact on most Americans' daily lives, but this is starting to change. They identified 4 key factors that could bring an end to the shutdown soon. Firstly, the expiration of SNAP benefits is a significant pain point for many families. Secondly, the start of the open enrollment period for healthcare will likely cause sticker shock for many, as premium increases become apparent. This could be a turning point for Democrats to emphasize the need for Obamacare subsidies. And this is the part most people miss, the upcoming off-year elections. The Post editorial suggests that Democrats are favored to win most of these elections, potentially providing a face-saving opportunity for party leaders. With possible victories in New Jersey, Virginia, and the New York City mayoral race, Democrats could frame these wins as a public rebuke of President Donald Trump. However, there's a twist. Senate Minority Leader Charles E. Schumer and House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, both New Yorkers, are said to be worried about the Mamdani wing of the party. Schumer's decision to allow the shutdown to continue is believed to be influenced by his fear of a primary challenge in 2028 and the backlash he received from liberals after agreeing to fund the government earlier this year. Furthermore, federal public employee unions are growing impatient with the Democratic Party. The American Federation of Government Employees, AFGE, representing over 800,000 federal workers, has called for an end to the shutdown, stating that it is harming their members. AFGE National President Everett Kelly demanded a clean, continuing resolution, full back pay, and the immediate return of all federal workers to their jobs. The Post urged lawmakers to set aside policy disputes about SNAP benefits and focus on keeping the government open to support their constituents. They argued that keeping the government functional should be separate from debates about taxpayer spending. The editorial board highlighted the wrongness of both Democrats and Senator Ted Cruz, R. Texas, for using government shutdowns as political leverage, with the former holding out for Obamacare subsidies and the latter attempting to defund the Affordable Care Act altogether in 2013. The government shutdown is estimated to cost taxpayers a staggering $400 million per day to pay furloughed federal employees. Fox News Digital reached out to Schumer's office for comment but did not receive an immediate response. So, what do you think? Is the Post's editorial a fair assessment of the situation? Should Democrats prioritize ending the shutdown, or is there more to gain by holding firm? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.